The kingdom of God in today's world. What Jesus was really telling us. Have you ever wondered why Jesus talked so much in parables? Not lectures, not long theological debates. Stories. Simple stories about farmers, seeds, yeast, treasure, fishing nets, everyday life. But hidden inside those simple images was a powerful message about something Jesus called the kingdom of God. And here's the thing, that kingdom isn't just future heaven. It's something meant to shape how we live right now, especially in a world that often feels chaotic, uncertain, distracted, and divided. Today, let's explore what Jesus meant through some of his most powerful kingdom parables and why they matter more now than ever. 1. The Sower. Why people receive truth differently. Jesus described a farmer scattering seed. Some fell on hard ground, some on rocky soil, some among thorns, some on good soil. Same seed, different results. And honestly, that's still true today. Some people hear truth but scroll past it quickly. Some feel inspired briefly, but life distractions choke it out. Some struggle because faith never gets deep roots. But some, they nurture it, protect it, let it grow. In today's world of constant notifications, opinions, and noise, the real question isn't, is truth available? It's, what kind of soil is my heart becoming? Because growth depends not just on hearing, but receiving. 2. Wheat and weeds. Why good and evil exist together. Jesus said the kingdom is like a field where wheat and weeds grow side by side. And people asked, why not pull the weeds immediately? But the answer was patience, because pulling too quickly might damage the wheat. That speaks deeply to our modern frustrations. We want instant justice, instant clarity, instant solutions. We see corruption, division, cruelty, and we ask, God, why don't you fix this now? But God often works with long vision. Growth takes time. Justice unfolds fully in His timing. Meanwhile, our job isn't panic, it's faithful living, being wheat in a complicated field. 3. The mustard seed. Small beginnings matter. Jesus said the kingdom starts like a mustard seed, tiny, almost insignificant. Yet it grows into something surprisingly large. That challenges our modern obsession with big platforms, big followings, big impact instantly. But God often works through small acts of kindness, quiet faithfulness, unseen obedience, a conversation, a prayer, an encouraging message. Never underestimate small beginnings, because in God's kingdom, small faith can grow into transformative influence. 4. The yeast, or leaven, quiet influence. Jesus compared God's kingdom to yeast working through dough. Yeast is subtle, invisible at first, but powerful. That's how faith often works today. Not always loud, not always trending, not always viral, but quietly shaping hearts, communities, families. You may not see immediate results from your integrity, your kindness, your consistency, but influence spreads, and goodness has a ripple effect. The kingdom grows quietly as much as dramatically. 5. Hidden treasure and pearl of great price. Knowing true value. Jesus told two similar stories. A treasure hidden in a field, a merchant discovering a priceless pearl. In both cases, the person gave everything to obtain it. Why? Because they recognized value. And here's a modern challenge. We live in a world overflowing with options, entertainment, possessions, achievements, but not all value equally. Jesus was saying, when you truly understand God's kingdom, peace, purpose, relationship with Him,
everything else finds proper perspective. Not abandoned, but reordered. Because spiritual fulfillment can't be replaced by material success. And many people today are discovering that firsthand. 7. The dragnet. Accountability is real. Jesus described fishermen gathering fish of every kind in a net. Later, the catch is sorted. This isn't about fear, it's about accountability. Our culture sometimes promotes no consequences, everything is relative, live however you want. But Jesus gently reminded us, choices matter, character matters, how we treat people matters, and living with that awareness isn't restrictive, it's grounding. It gives life meaning, because actions have eternal significance. 8. The growing seed. God works beyond what we see. Jesus described seed growing mysteriously. The farmer sleeps and wakes, yet growth happens beyond his control. That's comforting today, because we often feel responsible for everything. Career outcomes, family results, spiritual growth, life direction. But some growth belongs to God alone. Healing, transformation, timing. You do your part. Plant seeds, stay faithful, remain hopeful. God handles the unseen processes, and often breakthroughs happen quietly before they become visible.
So what does all this mean right now, in a fast-paced, anxious, uncertain world? It means the kingdom of God is still growing, even when headlines suggest otherwise, even when culture shifts rapidly, even when faith feels challenging. Truth still takes root. Goodness still spreads quietly. Faith still grows from small beginnings. God still works behind the scenes. And you are part of that story. Every kind word, every prayer, every choice toward integrity, that's kingdom living. Not dramatic necessarily, but deeply impactful. If you ever feel like your faith doesn't matter, remember the mustard seed. If you feel discouraged by the world, remember the wheat and weeds. If you feel unnoticed, remember the yeast working quietly. If you feel uncertain, remember the growing seed. God's kingdom isn't fragile, it's unfolding, and you are invited to participate in it every single day. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, stay rooted, because what God plants, He faithfully grows.